Now at 5, an exclusive investigation into work zone speeders. Drivers not only risking their lives, but the lives of others. Plus, new data from the state reveals how many drivers ignore the speed limits in those zones.
Good evening. Thank you for joining us. I'm Catherine Hauser in for Ann Nyberg.
I'm Darren Kramer. Working along a highway is dangerous business, and that is certainly true here in Connecticut.
But here's something you might not know. Because of work zone speeders, there's been thousands of crashes, but it gets worse.
Tonight, on News 8, our investigative reporter Jeff Dedarian joins us now from Branford with what he has uncovered. Jeff.
Darren and Catherine, we're live along 95 North here in Branford. Our News 8 exclusive investigation found that roads, speed, and people can add up to a dangerous cocktail for disaster. Sadly, in the last 2 years, nearly a dozen DOT workers have been killed on the job. Tonight, you'll hear from one of them, who is so grateful to be alive. He's talking for the very first time in a DOT pilot program. Is it too lenient? We'll let you decide.
A sprawling landscape of asphalt, oil-stained lanes, treacherous potholes too, that endless ribbon of highway on I-95. Everyone's in a hurry to get there. Aggressive drivers at every twist and turn.
It's completely reckless. There's so many things that could go wrong.
Negative injuries, both vehicles on the right shoulder, start up the
Yep. Fearless drivers, testing fate. Before our story's over, you'll understand why this Connecticut trooper shakes his head in disbelief when we tell him about one driver. Workers in DOT work zones feeling the dangers on the highway firsthand every day. There's that fine line between life and death. Work zone crash data for Connecticut from 2020 to 2022 obtained by News 8 is stunning. Nearly 2,600 crashes and sadly, 11 Department of Transportation workers have died on the job because of construction zone crashes.
I've had co-workers that have been killed.
You can't see it, but when we caught up with DOT worker Dave Ferraro on the highway one night, he was in pain. That awful day, he remembers it well, like yesterday. How could he ever forget it?
Ended up with damage to all the muscles in my lower back.
Dave was hit on the job in Greenwich. An out-of-control driver slammed into him in a work zone. Luckily, he survived and can still work as a supervisor.
Damage to my spine as far as bruised. Thank God nothing broken or severed. But I live every day of my life in severe pain.
Bert Jameson inspects DOT trucks to keep drivers safe. Thing is, on the road one day, staying safe and alive was all he could think about.
I couldn't breathe. I couldn't talk.
An 18-wheeler smashed into a work crew truck. Bert's buddy hurt badly. This is the first time he's ever talked about it publicly, because if Bert moved just 700 feet, this interview we're doing right now would not be happening. And if you listen close, real close, the fear still in his voice when he talks about it.
I go to bed every night thanking God that I was okay, was able to drive home that night, and thank goodness my friend was okay. I mean, he's still suffering today.
To help keep workers safe, the DOT kicked off an idea to test called Know the Zone Speed Safety Camera Program. To help cut down on crashes like this, where twisted metal, shattered glass, and bad decisions all come together. It started last April under special legislation and just wrapped up at the end of December. These high-tech SUVs with cameras placed in different spots, recording speeds, capturing license plates. Were drivers warned that these cameras were in place? Oh, yes, they were. Plenty of signage saying, slow down. About 2.8 million drivers passed through the work zones set up with cameras. A little over 500,000 people were speeding by right next to workers, and 724 drivers got tickets for going too fast.
Turns out the DOT was pretty lenient with this program. For example, if you were going through a work zone and the speed limit was 50 miles an hour, the DOT would allow you to go 65 miles an hour before you would get a warning letter.
So how many warnings went out? Nearly 25,000. While the numbers show 20% of drivers were speeding, like everything, there are exceptions. The DOT saw 18 vehicles traveling more than 90 miles per hour. That's right, in a work zone. At speeds like that,
You have a fraction of a second to make a decision, and your brain's not going to react fast enough to be able to stop that vehicle.
and try stopping a car flying in a work zone going 107 miles per hour. That's what someone was doing in Norwalk. If you think he lost his license, think again.
Person going 107 miles an hour. Somebody watching might say they shouldn't even be allowed to drive anymore.
They need to really rethink the choices that they're making.
Fines under the program barely nibble at your wallet. They range from $75 to $150. DOT says it's about education, not punishment.
So you're hoping that the message gets through, hey, look, we gave you a break, okay? We didn't give you a ticket. We could have, but slow down.
Absolutely, and that was how the program came about, why it was developed. It wasn't to make money. It wasn't to play gotcha.
Speed, the silent villain. It just doesn't take lives. It leaves behind a sea of suffering in its wake. These orange cones, each and every one of them, a heartbreaking reminder of DOT workers killed on a Connecticut highway. At every service plaza now, there's a memorial like this set up to remind you of their names, leaving behind wives, husbands, kids, all because someone was in a hurry.
Just remember us out there as far as people that want to go home each day to our families. You know, everybody out there has a family to go home to.
Dave Ferraro hopes you remember him and his pain if you're going to speed in a work zone, because when you're behind the wheel, his life is in your hands.
The picture's live. No doubt we have some speeders going by right now at this hour. So what happened to the guy going 107 miles an hour in a work zone? Well, because the DOT program is educational, he just got a warning, no fine, no ticket whatsoever. State police tell us, Sergeant Sawyer, the trooper in our story, he said if he were to pull that guy over going 107, arrested, handcuffed, no questions asked at all. Catherine and Darren, back to you.
Jeff, this is a pilot program. Are there plans for this to continue?
There are. The DOT says that they're trying to get it back online as soon as possible. Costs about $4 million in taxpayer money, and the DOT stresses they are looking at making these penalties a lot stiffer for people that decide they want to speed in a work zone. We're live along 95 in Brantford. Jeff Dedarian, News 8.
All right, Jeff, thank you. If you have a story you want us to investigate, just send us a confidential tip to investigate@WTNH.com.